She's passionate, eccentric, and sensitive, but Tori Amos has always had a wild side.
Well, she always was a very independent thinker, and she liked to shock. She enjoyed shocking her parents.
It all started innocently enough. Myra Ellen Amos was born a musical prodigy, playing piano before she could speak, and composing music by the age of 4. As the daughter of a Methodist minister, Tori spent hours and hours in church, but it was the piano that really inspired her.
When I was playing the piano as a young kid, I was incredibly happy, because I had all my make-believe friends around the piano, and they were much more fun than most of the humans around.
At age 5, Tori received a scholarship to Baltimore's prestigious Peabody Conservatory of Music. She was the youngest student ever to be accepted there, and perhaps the most stubborn. For 6 years, her teachers tried to mold her into a concert pianist, but Tori was most interested in classic composers like Page and Plant.
Big bird on the fishing line, bit of a shout, bit of a shout.
In 1974, her scholarship was terminated.
When I got kicked out of the Peabody and I was 11, and I really was sitting there going, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? It's over now.
So you found a girl who thinks really deep thoughts. What's so amazing about really deep thoughts?
Tori didn't take the rejection well. She threatened to give up music altogether until her father stepped in.
My father came to me when I was 13 and said, what do you want to do? And I said, my own stuff. And he said, well, get dressed. And we got a job at a gay bar in Washington, D.C., while Mother was away.
It was hardly a traditional gig, but the patrons of Mr. Smith's bar took to 13-year-old Tori and her fresh take on everything from Beethoven to the Beatles. Even Mom warmed up to the idea.
Mother was in shock, but soon we started taking her along with us. So it was, it was a big step because they became supportive.
Every weekend, the Amoses would watch their young daughter wow audiences in Georgetown bars. And during the week, Tori was impressing students and teachers at Richard Montgomery High School in Rockville, Maryland.
Tori came into this room, this very room, in the summer of 1976. I had her audition for choir, but it really wasn't necessary after I heard her sing. In fact, I sat down at the piano and said, can I play for you? And I'm stumbling through what she was going to do. She said, let me do this. I'm used to doing this. So she did. I said, no problem. You're in.
Tori had no trouble fitting in at her new high school. She was voted homecoming queen, most likely to succeed, even choir flirt. Flirt or not, let's just say Tori's lead performance in the school production of Gypsy left quite a lasting impression.
During one of the shows, right at the end of the last strip, Gypsy's supposed to lower her shoulder strap, and when Tori lowered hers, half of the dress fell off and revealed half of her chest to the audience. And so it's become a drama tradition to have an award which recognizes the person who shows the most skin on stage, and it's called the Tori Amos Award in honor of Tori.
Tori had succeeded in shocking her parents once more, and she was about to do it again. The young singer put college on hold and headed for Hollywood. As it turned out, the rebellious Tori once again knew what was right for her. After a few years as a starving artist and a brief flirtation with hard rock in the band Why Can't Tori Read, Tori finally hit it big when she got back to what came naturally, sitting down at the piano.
Excuse me, but can I be you for a while? My dog won't bite if you sit real still.
With a string of Grammy nominations and platinum albums, Tori has become a leading female voice in 90s music. Her independence finally paid off.
Silent all these years.
Coming up.
Hi, my name is Keisha. We're in Lansing, Illinois. My best friend, Brandy, is the biggest Faith Evans fan, and she has no idea that she's about to fly to New York City to meet with Faith Evans.
Hi, my name is Summer, and we're in Santa Cruz, California. My friend Sarah has been chosen to meet Tori Amos in New York.
She's in the coffee store where she works, so let's go surprise her.
She's at work in the coffee shop right around the corner. We're going to drag her out behind the counter.
She's with a customer right now. She has no idea that we're here. Let's go.
It's going to be so excited she's just gonna die.
Oh my God. Brandy! You're about to be Faith Evans, Brandy! You're about to be Faith Evans, Brandy! You're about to be Faith
FANatic.
You sent in your videotape to FANatic. You were chosen. Now meet your inspiration.
I happen to be Faith Evans' biggest fan. I love her singing. I adore her as a person. And you know what, MTV? I have got to meet her. So hook it up. When I saw Faith and Ain't Nobody, I knew what a woman should look like. So I went on, I lost weight, I changed my wardrobe, got to the suits and the feminine shirts but not showing too much. And I've been the bomb like Faith ever since. I'm not coming down until I meet Faith.
I'm from Santa Cruz, California. I'm 20 years old, and I am Tori Amos' #1 fan. No matter how many times life kicks you in the butt, you got to get back up and you got to deal with it. And I've really found that through her music, she represents that. I just want to thank Tori for, you know, all the help she's given all of her fans and myself through so many rough times.
I'm gonna go meet Tori Amos. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening.
There was this one time my friends and I were stranded in a blizzard at this guy's house for 2.5 days. We had just got back from the club. I had on a sequin outfit and push-up bra. I had no access to a shower nor a toothbrush for that entire time. So I had a fat attitude, okay? All I wanted to do was lay on the couch. They were trying to get me to cook and play cards and, you know, congregate. No. Faith Evans' video came on. Happy days are here. And I started singing, and the guy came, and he was like, looking at the TV. He looked at me, looked at the TV, looked at me. He said, you kind of look like her. That's all it took. I jumped off the couch. I started cooking. I cleaned this whole kitchen. I was like, what's up for space, everything. I just got so excited when he told me I looked like her. That's all it took. I didn't care how long I was stranded after that.
I was a really big flirt, and I had a huge reputation of being a flirt.
I know what you think of me, you never shut up.
Once I started listening to more and more of Tori's music, I got a grasp on, you know, I don't need to get this attention from men. There's lots of other ways I can get attention from men. And it doesn't need to be sexual. It can be strictly that because they admire me. And I started exploring those reasons more and more by listening to Tori's music and going, wait a minute, you know, I'm much better than this. I don't need to be selling myself out.
Let's hear what you think of me now, but baby, don't look up.
Men come and go, and they'll take whatever you give them. And it really made me go, you know, I'm not going to give that much until, you know, I receive as well.
I will go through any lengths to defend Faith Evans because in my eyes, Faith Evans can do no wrong. There was this one time I was getting my hair done and we were talking about the most beautiful woman in the entertainment industry. And of course I said Faith Evans, no questions asked, and my beautician was not agreeing with me. So I got out the chair and I wouldn't let her finish my hair until she apologized. She was like, okay, I'm sorry, sit back down. I was like, no, that's not good enough. She was like, well, I don't agree with you. And I'm like, well, that's my opinion and you know how I feel about Faith. You're not about to be sitting here in my head while you talking about it. Then we came to an agreement. She was like, okay, yeah, she did look cute in that last video. I'll give you that. And I was like, okay, now I apologize like you mean. She's like, Brandy, I'm sorry that I said what I said. I apologize. Could you please sit down and get your hair done? So I sat down.
God, sometimes you just don't come through.
Her music is so personal. It's not anything that you can really just listen to and go, oh, that's got a nice beat.
most people either really, really like her or really, really don't.
Tell me you're crazy, maybe then I'll understand.
She's, touched so many hearts that I've seen as well as my own, and to be able to go and thank, her personally, and just really, it's such an honor.
There, 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 there. I'm on my way. There, 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 there. To me, faith. There, 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 there. Nobody's one but us. There, 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 there. 'Cause I'm her biggest fan. There, 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 there. You can't control me. There, 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 there. I'm gonna be off the hook. There, 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 there. I know you wish you can. There, 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 there. But I'm meeting faith. There, 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 there. Yeah. There, 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 there.
Let's all give Brandy a hand in winning a chance to meet Faith Evans on MTV.
Wow! Oh my God! These are videotapes and an autographed picture and CDs from my favorite artist, Faith Evans. Oh my God! You sit right there, girl.
I was at a point in a relationship with a boyfriend when I realized that I couldn't necessarily put forth all of the effort into it.
In your eyes, I saw a future together.
Tori's song China really helped me to realize the fact that I'm not a bad person because I can't make this work. It just isn't going to work. And Tori's song really helped me to come to that realization and help me deal with it and put it behind me.
What's up, New York? I've loved her since 1994. She sang Bag Up on Mary J. Blige's CD, and she wrote some of the songs in there, actually. And there's this one song in particular, and I could hear in the background. And, most people listening for Mary. But I heard this little voice in the background, and the voice sounded like rain. There was such a longing in it, and I was like, who is that? I remember, baby. So then a couple months later, Faith Evans came out with her first single, You Used to Love Me, and I bought it before I even listened to it, because I had been reading about her, and I heard of the song, but I never heard it before. I fell in love with it instantly, no doubt.
I get to go meet Tori Amos today, and I'm still coming out of the state of shock. I'm not quite believing it's happening yet. Summer's in the shower, so I'm gonna give her a little bit of privacy. When I got into Tori's music, I really started appreciating everything she's done with the piano. Finally, I got my hands on a piano and I started playing. It was really like a therapy for me. It was really a good outlet that I hadn't quite found yet.
Got something to say, but nothing comes.
And instead of just listening, I could play Tori's songs. It was like going to that place that she's telling me about in the song and going to that piece that she's singing about, or finding that rage and tapping into it and dealing with that emotion.
It's your turn now to stand where I stand.
And it's been absolutely a life-changing move for me ever since I've been able to play, and I really want to thank Tori Amos for that.
Hello, Empty Double Bus. This is Brandy Cartwright talking to you live and direct from the top of the tour bus.
I'm kind of nervous.
At this time, I'm going to depart, change clothes, put on something extra fabulous so I can meet my favorite singer in the whole world, Faith Renee Evans.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh, we're leaving the hotel. I'm gonna go meet Tori right now. I can't believe this is happening.
You bet your life it is. You bet your life it is. Oh, you bet your life.
Tori is expecting little old me to come in and talk to her today. It's all so unreal. It makes you realize how small the world can be at times, you know?
You're MTV, right? You're not VH1's.
Give me your tissue. Give me your tissue.
Let me get you clean one.
I said I wasn't going to do this.
You're gonna find somebody you really like.
Celebrity, time's running out, so log on to FANatic.mtv.com and find out how.
such a pleasure to finally be able to meet you. It means a lot to me, so thanks. What made you decide to work with the band on your new album, The Choir Girl Hotel?
Think about it. Once you've been with a lover for, say, a year or two, even though they're a wonderful lover, the first couple times when you were so blown away that they were this person, you get used to them. And that's kind of what happens as an artist. You know, you have to keep trying to top yourself.
I mean, it's very true. I've always respected that about you, and you always somehow manage to do it, even though I don't know how.
It's tricky. Yeah. You know, you have to be ruthless with yourself.
Well, you do an excellent job. In Jackie's Strength, you sing about a wedding. Was it your wedding? What can you tell me about your ceremony, the meaning behind that song?
The wedding was really neat. I think a part of me, I was never going to get married, so when he asked me, I dropped my teacup. And for some reason it just felt right. I wrote Jackie's Strength right after he had asked me. And I think a part of me is the girl in Jackie's Strength who never made it to the church that day.
I got lost on my wedding day. Typical.
A part of me ended up at a 7-Eleven, sitting in my, I don't know, my tight Pat Benatar white lycra, and sipping a Slurpee and just not going. And that's what the song's about. And then the other part of me went and did it. So
lovely, quite lovely. Yeah, you look beautiful. I saw pictures. Since I've been listening to your music, I've picked up the piano a little bit. You really inspired me to find that sort of an outlet in my life.
Years go by, will I still be waiting for somebody else to understand?
And it's really helped me get to the source of my emotions and deal with them and be able to move on through it. And it's the greatest gift you could have ever given me through your music. It's really been a wonderful thing for me. Who was Marianne, and what was your relationship to her? I mean, she's mentioned in almost every album, and I know you've referred to her as a very special person, a very magical person in your life. And was she just a very dear friend, or?
Marianne was this person when we were in junior high school, and I think anytime anybody was in her presence, they felt seen. It's such a gift when you can make another person feel like you see them. She really saw you for who you were, whoever you were. So when she died at about 15, a lot of people went into deep depression because Marianne gave everybody something of themselves that, say, your parents couldn't give you because they want you to be something that you don't want to be. So it was quite a loss.
It's amazing when certain people can really reach out and touch so many like that.
Yeah, it's such a gift. It's funny how gifts aren't really valued sometimes, but she really had that.
And it's just such an honor to finally be able to meet you and thank you in person.
I wish I could talk to you on camera.
So do I.
On the next FANatic.